Welcome back, everybody. This is Brother Mutant here. Today we are sadly repeating content because I lost a video. Thank you to the reviewer of this channel that actually suggested I get a external hard drive because I'm definitely going to. We definitely need it, and I think this might be part of my problem. Noted that I am using mods now, or a mod, Toy Box, and we're not using it yet. I've used it already, but not in this game or this playthrough. But this will be how we actually power level characters up to 20. It does have the ability to unlock mystic paths, but I think it's currently borked or broken at the time, so they suggest against it. You can unlock it, of course, the natural way, which means you'd have to get far enough into the game that you unlock them. So we're going to hopefully find out where that's at. But this will be how I actually theory craft and actually generate characters for you, especially with the new classes, of course, that we didn't have access to on Pathfinder Kingmaker. And while some of my old content for Kingmaker builds would be valuable on this platform, the Wrath of the Righteous, there are new feats, which are something that you might be interested in. There are new spells. There might be something that could be of value. So, of course, you'd want to take those builds with a grain of salt, build them and suit them to your own needs. I still maintain that many of them will still be viable in this game, but know some other things too. Ones that incorporate classes that were not vanilla version classes in Pathfinder Kingmaker. For example, ones that I had with mods like Blood Ragers, Oracles, things of that nature. While they exist in this game, the mechanics might be vastly different from what the modders made. So be real careful on those builds. Don't be like, oh, I'm going to make an Urban Blood Rager and find out that there's none in the game, for example, because they didn't have that in the vanilla version of this game, Wrath of the Righteous. So know that that could be a big problem for you. Part of the reason that we are repeating is because we had made a mistake on our recording. Not that I didn't record, it's just the recording shut off after an hour and 20 minutes of playtime in a 2-hour and 10-minute run. So I have specifically the original save file. Got funny, you can see we were far into it. The in-game is 0519. That's our guy right here. Shield Mage, let me read it to myself. Shield Mage 16. I wrote this down. God's Run 4, 4710, in-game 519. That's our guy. Okay, so this is where we started. So we're going to redo everything that we did before, so if I feel a little blasé about, oh no, a monster, it's because I've already seen a monster. Some of these fights are actually pretty tough. Since it's not spoilers, since you're here to watch the game anyway, I know that I've found out some mistakes that I have made. For instance, oh, pause is working today. Yay, pause. This here, this very secretly hidden icon here, if you didn't mouse over it just right, is what unlocks this door. Little bastards. So we actually do have the way in there, but we have other stuff that we have not done. For example, like I have treasure that I haven't picked up, stuff that I've looted, and I just want to prove to myself that there's not something that I need to grab. I'll walk you through some other stuff as well. So let's actually take a look at our map. Know that this appears to be where I ended up yesterday, maybe just at the next level. So through that door is going to be a secret passage or some such. So there is that. When I find something of note, something that we'll use later, like down in said path, I will draw your attention to it. And there is a puzzle, and I had to go on Google to find it, because I just didn't have the patience to figure it out myself. And I'm glad I did, too, because I wouldn't have ever figured it out. Well, I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't. I'll show you what I notice that the portraits are going to be extremely important. Doing a quick once over here.
And off we go.
Sure we haven't forgotten to pick up some treasure, some vast amounts of loot. Some of the stuff that we've actually had dropped, and that's simply because we can't want to carry all this stuff with us. Which again would be a real good reason, in my estimation, for people that wanted to make a character
the demon's way.
that is extremely strong. I was toying with the idea of Blood Rager the other day for one of my possible builds in the future. For when we do an actual full Let's Play of this game once it's officially released. And Blood Rager was one on the top of the list. Blood Rager is, there you go, let's find an example of a door that I have not gone into. Aha, treasure. Blood Rager being one of the ones that I'm interested in because of the full bad progression, the ability to wear armor. You have magic casting ability of all weird ass things, and you're a barbarian-ish type because you get to rage. Slightly different rage, but still rage. and you can cast spells while raging, which is pretty goddamn baller. Pause this real quick. The reason that that's of interest to me is because this game is going to be played more likely on my first official run, not on the hardest difficulty because that's just crazy talk, but definitely on a difficulty that's harder than normal, and as such, these bad guys are going to be very tough to beat, especially at these early levels because you get limited teammates. This is your team, so if it's you and these three people, maybe you have him, maybe you have the cat spider bitch, but basically that's your party. And if that's not good enough, then you're going to have trouble. So you better have a really solid main character. These guys are doing good. Don't kid yourselves. I mean, in fact, they're actually doing better than my Magus is right now. So I'm not bitching about them. I'm just saying that there's lack of gear, lack of preparation and buffs and spells and such could really ruin your day. If you don't have a good solid bab, good solid armor, good solid swing, good solid spells, you're going to be hosed. And Magus just don't cut it. Sword Saints in particular are going to have real problems unless, and again, this is early beta, so things change, unless they literally allow you to pick up your gear that you started with at level 1. Sword Saints, you might as well just forget about them, unless you know what weapon you're going to get, and the weapon is going to be something that you find early on, like the rapier, like the dagger, like the short sword, like the long sword, whatever. So, unless it's something generic, so no scimitars for you, no falchions, none of that fun shit, because you don't find any for like the longest goddamn time. And I don't want you guys making a build and going, well, brother, you said make an S-Stock Saint. No, we made that mistake in Pathfinder Kingmaker. So be real clear here. There are issues with certain builds, and certain builds are just going to be something you have to struggle with. Can I grab everything over here? Alright, Lord, check. We failed. I want to pass that check. I failed it yesterday too, but I didn't save before, so I learned from my lessons. So we want to figure out what this is.
Damn. It's just not my lucky day.
15. She can make it. Oh, and I also noticed that my sound is extremely quiet. Let's actually solve that problem right now. Options. Well, it's not that the music is down, it's the voice volume seems to be really quiet. I'm going to crank that up, and I'm going to get the master volume up about 50. I'm going to knock this down to 15. I don't want the music be over, well, 16. Good enough. And say apply. Say. Aha, there we go. 66 XP. That's the reason for this, by the way. Extensive but slightly water damage collection of writings on rituals and demon worship. Okay, which we kind of knew from the area that we did. So it's not like game breaking that we know this information. Oops, I did forget that one though.
I'll show the way.
Let me get everything in here. Is that correct? Yeah, looks like. Okay, cool. We're trying to get people leveled up for obvious reasons. We're pretty close on my character. She's the farthest behind. Well, actually, he is. She's about ready to ding, and I'm right stone's throw away from behind that person. So, doing well. Oop, and this is something I need to show you. So you see these portraits here? See the yellow, blue, red, yellow again? There's a puzzle that's got 4 colors to it. It's got red, blue, green, yellow. You have to activate them in a certain pattern. Well, of course, because you see green, you would assume that green is part of the permutation, because you have 4, you click 4 times. Well, it turns out it unlocks after each click, so you can do yellow 4 times, or blue 4 times, or any permutation thereof. I tried it by doing, red, blue, green, yellow, red, blue, yellow, green, red, green, blue, yellow. You get the idea. So I went through every iteration using one of each color and could not solve it. And I'm sitting there like, wow, did I miss one? Because it's a lot to keep track of, and I maybe fucked it up. And I wasted about half an hour of your time yesterday if you'd seen that video. Then I got online and I'm like, fuck this. I'm not going to try to solve it myself. I'm just go online and find out. Thank God for the magic of Google. I need that cantrip really, really badly. Anyway, someone pointed out that it's the portraits. Once it said the portraits, I actually knew about this because I walked through the portraits in the previous video that you didn't see. And I saw the portraits and I said, wow, I like the blue one. And I made a specific note to myself about how I like the blue one. I thought the blue one's pretty. And I like how the fact that they had portraits in the game instead of just generic, like, oh, here's a painting of something that looks like a plant, maybe. Because that's just boring. So, I actually knew that it existed somewhere in the game. I just couldn't find it. Now the problem is that was, like I said, right here. The puzzle's like way the fuck over here. And the fact that you would put 2 and 2 together and figure that out is probably pretty slim. It's not to say that you couldn't. Maybe you're smarter than I am. Maybe you have better retention than I do. But it's one of those where I wasn't going to solve it anytime soon. And like I said, thank God for Google, because that went a long way to solving the problems. Okay, so we have down here is where I want to go. That doorway. Didn't even see it. Okay. There is a massive fight down here that we have not done. I'll get you to the area. There are the loots. So if you see me saving fervently, because I know that there's a fight and I don't want to be wasting time.
I hope you appreciate this.
Thank you. Let's go this way real quick first. So we had found in the previous video, we had found like a diary or some such that warned us of a water elemental that busted through the pipes. So obviously in this dimension, of the Pathfinder dimension, whatever it's called, people use elementals as like household appliances, and like the dishwasher or whatever. So the water elemental broke through and is being used by somebody to wreak havoc on the surrounding area. Now, having said that, we didn't find it before yesterday. So again, I found it now, so I'll try to repeat it. And I think it's through there. But we don't actually want to do that fight.
I'll show the way.
For another good reason. And it's because the water elemental in question, and I wholeheartedly disagree on the devs thinking here, is they made it a large water elemental, and again, as a reminder, for level 2 characters. 4 of us, not even 6 of us. We probably don't have spells, or we're running low, we've been poisoned, or we've been damaged in other ways, and it's one of those where it's kind of a dick move. It's like the DM that throws you the Tarrasque when you're level 5 characters, and you're like, fucking really, man? So, it's akin to shit like that, and it's kind of annoying. Now again, early access could be something that gets changed. I do love that. That's pretty cool. It is early access, so again, there is that. Having said that, there's no reason that should have ever been a thought process. Now, again, maybe it's because I went in the wrong direction, because I'm going somewhere else right now, and by going in this new direction, we could kick some ass, get enough XP, and maybe 1 or 2 of us could even be level 3 by said time. Ooh, door to unfinished section of the maze can be opened using nearby torches, a hidden lever. But see, the problem was, there was another part of this maze, I'm going to say it the right way, that also had a hidden torch, and we used it already, so I assumed we had completed said quest. So that's my mistake. And there is another mistake that I made yesterday by running into an area like a silly goose. Alright, let's get some cheap XP, shall we? She'll be the one that out-levels the rest of us for this reason. Because she is doing all the trickery, and she is, like I said, every time she gets one of those, she goes out of her way to be a badass. Yeah. Ah. Alright. So we have a cleric, and a Hopzilla. Divine favor and bless on that guy means he's going to hit extra hard and be better at swinging. She'll be better at swinging because she blessed herself as well. Now the cleric you may think is like your main problem because, you know, healer, all around spellcaster, buffer, debuffer. I'm sure that's a thing. But this dude, you can see, is wielding, just by looking at him, a big ass fucking pole arm of some kind. I want to say that's a glaive or something similar. And he has extra reach as a result, and probably does extra damage because he's two-handing it. So, something that you want to take out is my point. And the question is going to be, how do we take them out? Do that. can buff her weapon. And of course we still have that ability as well. Lon, Sela. I'm going to have her here. And activate the buff. Alright, Lon. He's a 5-foot stutter step guy because we need to get him close, but not too close. And this way we can get our point blank shot off. And you see how it says ×2 in the cursor? 2 shots. Ooh, and did work on both of them. Very nice, sir. It's 14 damage, but if you can see, 14 damage was about half his health, give or take. So again, he's a lot tougher than he looks. So he's going to be a problem. Sela, on the other hand, she loves to just beat the shit out of stuff. There's 11. The downside is he's going to get a swing off before anyone else on her team. She's going to cast Bane. I do love the new effects for spells, by the way.
I'll just sit here. Don't worry
and
about
wow,
me.
It just dropped Sela in one fucking hit. Look at that shit with a critical hit. 26 damage. It's okay. We're about to rest. Wow, ×3? What? Oh, Masterwork Glaive. Fuck yeah. All right, hit him.
Good guys always win.
Come on, dude. Well, buff your weapon. We're gonna rest.
Go for their heart.
Make this fight over. Toki, stick in the face. Thank you. Now it's all about beating that damn cleric. I don't know that 5-foot stutter step's enough to get close enough to do this. Yeah, it is. All right. The downside is this mechanic of hers. I just tried to shut off.
Meditate on your mistakes. Might make you feel better.
Keeps the glow on your character, which is kind of fucking annoying. As we have a Scroll Firebelly, Hostilis Orders, and again, this is again one reminding you about the Water Elemental, Key, Masterwork weapons of all kind. We have Breastplate, but we have better gear than that right now. The characters that need it anyway. We're taking the gold. Don't need the flail. Okay, the gold in that. We don't need the light mace. Okay, if you read this, it tells you that these guys are basically working on the maze, and they got fucking hit with like some boulders or whatever, and it killed their ass. Now you see we have, of course, a wounded character.
Here we go.
Crazy here, though. We do want to check out the area. Right now, we have an overabundance of loot. That's not to say that we want to get rid of it, but we do want to get rid of some stuff that's weighing us down that's just not worth money. And again, if you haven't seen my other video, or in case I mentioned in the video you never saw, if it's a 1-to-1 ratio, like you're seeing here with the daggers, that's not bad. That's a good investment. But if it's stuff that's less than that, so 2 gold, which is what you're seeing on the right, bottom right of this pop-up menu, and bottom left it says 5 pounds. Fuck that shit. That's wasteful. Longsword 4-to-4, just like a dagger, basically. Rapiers are about the same. Actually, they're better. 5 gold. Oh, they're even more pricey this time around. 5 gold at 2 pounds. That's a nice weapon. And again, we have the same with like crossbows. They're in the plus category, but they do weigh a lot. So it's one of those where if you needed to chop some weight, that would be one of the ways to do so. Other the stuff here, like these rando things, not the food, but like the agates and the porcelain cups and the carved urns and the blah blah blahs, are routinely way light, worth money. So those are the things you never want to seem to get rid of because they're just so damn huge in money. All these ones up here are the masterwork items, so they're at least $100, as you can see on the bottom there, or more. Some of them more, because when you have cold iron masterwork javelin, 200 bones. 200 for the cold iron masterwork dueling sword, $100, and again, so it just goes from there. So again, really nice stuff. We definitely want to keep all those things if we can, if not to equip with people, but at the very least to sell it later on. You see we have a ton of potions. Definitely want to use these up, because it's another way to make our pack light. And again, just like that, she's back in. There is a mechanic, just like in Pathfinder Kingmaker, where you can have, is it the right way? Pause it in case I got buffs on, where you can have it where once your characters die, like what was made unconscious, I should say, that they are what they call at death's door. Because of that, they get back up after the fight's over, just like she did, but she'll be at a penalty because she's so stressed, if you will, from being at death's door, is the idea. And I will probably play the game at that point, at that level. Sorry, drinking more coffee here. But I didn't this time around because, again, that's more burdensome than I really needed the game to be at this point. We are saved and ready to get inside. Now here was one of our last problems yesterday. A greater monitor lizard. By the time we got to them, this character had leveled up. And this thing still damn near took out 2 of our party. So this was going to be a decent fight. The way we solve problems like this, of course, is with potions and whatnot. Notice we already have Scrolls of Prayer, Resist Cold will be valuable, Bear's Endurance is good for like her, making her extremely tough and have extra hit points and all that jazz. Unless the Restoration can take away my Dexterity penalty. But I'm not doing that because it's only 1 and 1 more nap and I'll be back in full. But notice how we have Bull's Strength Scroll, Bear's Endurance Scroll, so again, other stuff that we can use to like buff her up. What else did we have? Fire Belly. Divine Favor could be a good bonus to her swing. And remember, many of the spells that I'm talking about here are spells that a paladin could eventually cast. And remember, she is a paladin. Just because she doesn't have the ability to cast it now, doesn't mean she can't use those scrolls now. So she should be able to cast some of those spells from scroll form immediately. No use magic device check. And that's money. That's why you not want a diverse team, quite frankly. You want someone that's a good arcane caster and a good divine caster on your party. If that's all they have, and they haven't slotted the proper spell, you have the scrolls, you can use the scrolls. Use magic device is amazing, but you really need to have a very high use magic device check. So that's something that's left to people with high charisma and people that have invested in use magic device, like my Magus always does. So I eventually will get there. He's not there yet. Let's see, was there another spell? Bless, yeah, there we go. There's another fine example. So if I do this, since I've selected her, I can go right click, use, and you see that everybody's been buffed. See that? And I can do the same with her for probably Bear Strength, Bull's Endurance, Bull Strength and Bear's Endurance. I got that backwards. And Prayer, but I think we'll do Prayer, like so. That's a solid buff for us. We have a morale buff and another luck buff, so these will stack. So you can see that she's swinging like a boss right now. If I wanted to go 2 more points higher than that, I give her the Bull Strength. Whether it's that or like the potion, which I don't think we actually have a potion. So point is, oh, there we go, large person. So she's bigger size category now. Now you notice her strength went up. Now, yes, her attack didn't go up because it went up because of strength, but it went down because of her size. Having said that, she will hit harder. As you can see, her weapon category got better. Her strength is stronger, so she'll hit for more damage. So at the very least, it's a penalty to her armor, a bonus to her damage, and that's really all I care about. Notice, of course, she does have a Masterwork Glaive. Just to make sure there's not a better glaive up here. Yep. So that's a good, solid swinging weapon. If I switched her over to 3 instead of the 1 combo that she has here, her armor again would go down, but this would be a solid damaging buff. Way better damage, 2-handed damage, so instead of getting a +5 to the damage to the swing, it'd be +7.5, so round it down to be +7. So it'd be 2 more points of damage, better reach, etc., so forth. There's a lot of good there. I could do the same with him, and I think I'll do so as far as the enlarged person, because again, his bow gets better category, and it's not, sadly, a composite longbow. We haven't found one yet, but he will do more damage simply because it's the 2d6 category of bow. Okay, so
doubt is the heart's greatest challenge.
Straight up,
make every strike count.
The prayer spell that went off that basically debuffed him. This prayer does start at the fight. Evoker, you probably going to get your ass handed to you, but let's move you up this way and can you hit him with the cantrip? Yeah, good work, Evoker. Alright, can you charge? She's probably in the way now. Yeah, problem. Alright, let's get her here. She is our tanky tank, of course. Camellia, she is going to cast this spell on, let's do 5-foot stutter step to here. We're going to use the guidance spell on Evoker. Or not. Okay. That's just a +1 to her swing. It may be overridden by the bless and the prayer. Let's see, what is this? Competence. No, it will not. It stacks. Beautiful. Okay, so we were attacked. Attacked the Evoker, no less. And thank God we had enough armor to dodge all that shit. And he rolled poorly. He only needed an 11 or better, which means a 50-50 chance that he could hit me. And I have a 19 armor class. And most people have an armor class around mine. Like hers is 20, hers is like 20, I believe. So we're hitting at 50-50 chance that this bastard's going to hit us. So we really need a whale on this prick. Now, I could use my mechanic, my spell combat and spell strike ability, where I cast touch fatigue, touch the bastard on the shoulder, or literally wail on him with my weapon. I think I'd rather just wail on him with my weapon.
Are you still here?
Hey, it's a solid hit. And you can see how much health that bastard has. For 8 points of damage to do that minor tick, he's got quite a bit. So I want to do a 5-foot stutter step and get the hell away from this prick for a reason. One, I don't have as much armor as everybody else. And two, I could cast my spell, walk towards him, and then activate the spell at that point, not be attacked of opportunity while casting the spell. Sela. Han, come on now. You're going to have to hit this bastard. Oof, he's got 23 armor, though. I forgive you. Get a little flanking going. And even though you don't need a flank like this, I'm in the way of other teammates. So I want to separate myself out a little bit. Come on. You know what you're doing, buddy.
Endure this!
Whiffing like a boss, apparently. Camellia. Oh, I need you to hit him, hon. Oh, come on, team. What the fuck? Oh, he critical missed, no less. That's always sucky. How would you do here? She's got a 10. It was only because of guidance, otherwise she'd be at a 9. So she needed a 13 or better. So it's not that it's easy. And again, this is another example of, this is not hard difficulty. This is not remotely, like the, oh my god, you're going to get your ass handed to you by the first fucking monster. No. Imagine this fight when he's got +4 to his armor, +4 to all his physical and mental stats, meaning he has another +2 to his goddamn armor. So he's got a 6 armor class higher. So instead of a 23, we'd be swinging at a goddamn 29. This is what I mean when I say you need to prepare for harder difficulty. You cannot just walk into this game going, I know how to play a wizard. I'll be fine. No, no. You are not fine. You are not ever going to be fine. And this is going to eat your face off.
So this is how it feels?
Poisoned her. No, I didn't poison her, but I did eat her. 20 points of damage. Now this is where I, since he's not within range of me, I should be able to cast this spell, take a 5-foot stutter step, is what you're seeing here, and swing my weapon. There we go. Now, he made the fortitude save, so it was completely useless. However, I did get 2 swings at the price of 1. Yes, they were at a penalty, -2. See the spell combat? 1 miss, 1 hit. I'll take that. Because, again, just because it hit with a penalty doesn't mean the penalty was to damage. The penalty was just to the swing. So at least I hit him once. Now, if it would have been a whiff and a whiff, boy, those suck. But nothing I can do about shit like that. And I did manage to hit him, and I was kind of hoping that fortitude check would hit him. But again, it should have been obvious he wasn't going to get. When we look at that fortitude of 11. My DC's a 14. He would have had to roll spectacularly bad. He would need a 2 or a 1. It's like 10% chance that was going to work. Now, I have flanking on him now, so you can see that, if I hover over it, that she has a +2 to her swing. It's because of that flanking. And that's helpful, just not enough. So, again, level 2 characters suck. Again, this is always the problem with even D&D, earlier iterations of D&D. It was always the same way. Levels 1, 2, and maybe even all the way up to level 3 was a grind fest. It was a bitch. That's why they always gave you the, I have some rats in the cellar. Could you go kill the rats and I'll give you a level of XP? because they would just do that shit to you in the older game. And it's fun, but it ain't that fun. Alright, Lon.
You won't survive me.
That'll do it. She's dead. Hopefully he doesn't try to eat her face again.
I'm all right.
Try to eat her face
I'm
this
all
time.
right.
She didn't fucking get poisoned. Notice the fortitude saving throw. That is against the poison that he does. And again, kind of a dick. 18 DC check. And again, the higher difficulty, I want to say that DC check goes up. Again, now I'm right there toe-to-toe with the motherfucker, so I cannot do my spell trick. If I do the spell trick where the spell combat and spell strike through my weapon, he will turn around and attack of opportunity my ass. And the way he hits, he's probably going to hit me. And he'll probably kill me. So I don't want to deal with that shit. So I'm only going to get one swing in again. Swift and a miss. Come on. See you later.
Into the fray!
That's my gal. I needed a couple more of those earlier, though. Oh, Lon's doing work. He's almost dead. Yeah! We got another chance. Ooh, yeah. That's a good solid strike. See you, bring it home, Lon. Nope, that was not it. Lon, show her how it's done.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Ah, son of a bitch. Whiff again. Come on. Yep, that wasn't it. Oh, and she's dead. Son of a bitch. When the portrait goes gray, I didn't show that to you, but if the portrait goes gray, they're officially dead. They're not getting the fuck back up. Again, we have the same problem we had before. We haven't buffed up. So we're going to buff up this way. And then again, just to show it to you here, I could try to use my use magic device. See how it still says 2? It didn't work. You didn't see anything fire off. She may have the ability to cast this spell, but apparently not, because it didn't work on her either. But Paladin, like I said, even though she has no spell casting right now, it's going to work every time. If there's prayer, fucking I'm going to use... I'm not going to use this. I will use the endurance potion, though, because that's a extra HP bump for her, and fortitude saves against those poisons besides. I'm going to use large person on her. He's going to get enlarged person, and she's also going to get blessing. Now, as a reminder, luck bonuses and morale bonuses will stack, but I have a luck bonus in prayer, and then I also have a luck bonus here in divine favor. It will not stack. However, prayer is a luck bonus to your swing, divine favor is a luck bonus to your swing and your damage. So at the very least, if I use that scroll, that divine favor, for 1 minute, she'll get a +1 to her damage. I don't think it's worth it. But anyway, I've just done, so I'm going to do a quick save this time around. Ready for battle. He's a pissy little lizard. Alright.
Make every strike count.
Within range. Shoot twice, that's not my big concern. Her, I'm going to have her delay. She's in the way of these other characters. Like you see Evoker here. So I'm going to have him this time this way. And Acid Cantrip the Fool. Now the reason that Camille or Sela can't charge. See if I can show this to you. See how it's blocked? It's literally because there's a barrier in the way. So you see how if I'm trying to get to the guy, this thing is in the goddamn way. But I think she can hit him from here. So it says move and attack. See down the bottom where it says move here, then attack there. So it does look like she'll be able to hit him.
The light!
And it's only because she's a larger size category that's probably an option. That was nice, and that's a solid start to our fight. She is going to go to... You know what? Lon's hitting like a boss, so let's actually buff Mr. Lon with the guidance. I do love the animations on the new spells, man. They really put some effort behind it. Good work. Nice dodge.
Endure this!
A solid swing. And now the first, I should show you that too. The guidance wore off after his very first attack. So you see competence +1 guidance. Miss. See it on the next one? No, because again, the very first time you use an attack, a skill check, or anything else that guidance would key off of, giving you a +1 bonus, it strips it off you. Whether it worked or not. So again, that miss, it was a waste. But again, we didn't know that. It was better to try it than not. Alright, Evoker,
Good guys always win.
That's okay. And at this point, I'm going to stutter step away from your happy ass, though, so I can do that cantrip trick again. See, look.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
So now this is an example of me being stupid. So you see how she's got the 22 to his 23? If I would have stayed put, we would have had flanking on that motherfucker. That'd be +2 higher. She would have hit him. Wouldn't have necessarily killed him, but would have hit. You know, get over here and attack him too. Now we do have flank. Ooh, that's a critical hit though. Hit hard. Lon, I'm gonna move you a tiny bit closer, brother.
You won't survive me.
9, I'll take 9 damage. Alright, cantrip time. Good. Round him over. There it is. And he made it. Oh, he failed it. Look at that. Wow, he rolled horribly. Yeah. So, no, what this did. This was a spell called Touch of Fatigue. Right-click that. For 1 round per level, I'm level 2. So, for 2 rounds, he has a fatigue effect on him. So, he's a -2 to strength, -2 to dex. Now, assuming that that works on him. And it appears that it does, because you see it up here. You see the fatigue? So, that's decent. That's lowering his armor and lowering his strength. That's lowering his ability to hit us and do extra damage.
Into the fray.
Still not enough. Yeah.
Go for their hearts!
She's doing work, man. I mean, I tell you, Celia's usually my money person here when it comes to meleeing.
I'll just sit here.
She's just getting into her.
Don't
Did
worry
turn
about
gray,
me.
so she's not dead. She's unconscious.
You crossed the wrong
Oh,
mongrel.
it popped him. Good job, Land. Now she'll get back up. Because she wasn't dead. Let's do a quick save on that, because I don't want to have to do that fight again. No, notice this part. He popped him. It used to be that you could pick him scale up. Because we popped him, the ability to skin him and get the scales, the hide or whatever, off of him is gone. So that's a bummer. But we did get a tail sting and corrupted animal meat. Now, is there anything?
I'll show the way.
There is. Open that shit.
I am helpful.
We got a
Am I not?
grinding stone, a bastard sword. Yeah, we'll pick it up, I suppose. Just kind of consolidate the loot. Love the cave look, but as you can see over here, a large aggressive creature was kept in this cage. Judging by the bent bars, that creature is now loose. Yeah, I'd say so. Surprised they didn't have like
And
a dead
off we go.
cultist in here or some shit, because that would have been funny. Like he was checking on the animal and got ate because he busted out of his fucking cage. That would have been hilarious. But that is about all we can do there. Here, on the other hand, is another set of things to do. But what we're going to do is going to backpedal to here and rest. Well, wait a minute. She's close. Damn it. I'd love to rest now, but if we rest now, we lose our buffs, and these buffs do last long enough to be of value. And I'd like her to get enough XP to level up, because that will give us more spells to pick from after she takes a knee. So let's actually not rest. Alright, guys. Let's hope that there's a trap or something that we can disarm down here that'll allow her to get level up. Ideally, myself leveling up.
First come, first served.
The way to go. So I'd have 2 people at level 3. Alrighty, Ogre. You, sir. Chart. What the hell are you doing? Oh, I guess you're going there now, huh? Okay. Go over here now. Cantrip. We got a Cambion and a Cambion, and I got a feeling that acid is not the way to go on these guys. Let's try our cold. Cantrip. Ray of Frost. Total whiff. Oh, fails to overcome spell resistance. Wow. No kidding, people were saying spell resistance was going to suck in this game. Yeah, buddy. Alright. Camellia, can you charge either of those fools? No, you may not. Alright, let's do this then. Cast guidance on here. That's a good nice animation there. Like that. Alright, so that's your turn done. bow, one with the blade.
I'm gonna try
Critted
this
my face
again.
off. You son of a bitch. Alright, Lon, you need to get up in this shit.
Make
that
every
fucker out.
strike count.
That's a good start. Not enough, though. Can you charge this fool, hun? Bonus to her swing. Ogre's dead. Conscious. How are we gonna look
You
at
are
it?
today's
Fuck. Either way I'm
sacrifice.
looking at it. That was a straight up brutal attack, man.
I'm all right.
21. Jesus,
I'm
this guy
alright.
does not stop with the fucking killing the things, does he?
Is this a mock fight?
Hit your friend too. Alright, Sela, can you charge this fool? Yes, you can. Yeah. It doesn't matter that she's not hitting him. Well, it matters. It doesn't matter that she didn't kill him because he's there and now attack of opportunity is going to happen. Oh, he switched weapons. Oh, look at that. That's new. He got smart. You seen this? You dick. Okay. I'm cool with that. I always hated when they just continued to be stupid and shot at people. That's nice that the devs thought of that. He gets killed. You get the XP from all that shit. Now this is my bummer side here where I grabbed the scimitars yesterday. But notice the composite bow. That's a real biggie. And the reason that matters is I thought the scimitars would be a weapon that I would want. I keep forgetting that I want deck space build for armor. And scimitars, even the master ones, which I can use right here, they're not weapon finessable. They used to be that they were back in Kingmaker, and then they decided that was weird. They took it out. Modders added it back in by making scimitars weapon finessable if you had a feat called Dervish Dance, which I don't think is in this game, which is a damn shame, which means modders will put it in, don't worry. But you don't have it at the vanilla version, is my point. So that's a bummer, I can't even use those weapons. And again, I still don't want to switch to the rapier, because the rapiers here are not masterwork like my masterwork short sword, so I would lose a penalty to my swing there. It would go down from +5 to +4. Again, that's not good. So I don't want that. It's a damn shame, because I really wanted to have the high crit weapon. Let's do a quick save on that. Ooh, let's do a quick heal on that. Use, and again, like a stone's throw away from man being useful. At level 3, you'd be surprised at how the hits keep rolling when you're level 1 to level 3. We are using a lot of potions, but you know what? We are anyway, so I am cool with that. And look at that, we just picked up 3 more potions.
And off we go.
Door there. We got a lower religion check. Let's quick save that. H made it. 66. Statue of Baphomet, Demon Lord, Lord of the Minotaurs, and Lord of the Labyrinth, which is why we are in said maze. Now, how is she doing? She's close. I'm there. She's, oh man, like one fucking trap, and she's got it.
I'll show the way.
Fight. Let's see if we can find one for her. I would rather power level her up one more level. Oh, this might be it. So this will be a good chance. Let's get another potion. Need to get rid of that. I'll put that down there, that down there. Put this back up in this thing. Mage armor. Large person in case I feel like he'll need it for the extra damage. We do have another bless. Let's fire that off. I don't think. Oh, what's that? Pairs endurance, bull strength. Oh, we already knew we had those. Okay. And this is an earth elemental. Now, this one is a fight that, again, while I was bitching about the water elemental not too long ago, this is a fight that I don't mind so much. This is the one that.
Are you still here?
Let me draw the
It is
first
a
blood.
respectable medium earth elemental. At this level, level 2 characters should be able to wail on this guy enough. He's gonna hit hard, but the point is we should be able to wail on the son of a bitch in a way that trivializes this fight. Come on. What we doing? you go. 4 damage. Nice. Sela. 9 damage. And again, he's already damn near down to half. So again, I think this is an appropriate fight for what we have.
I'm gonna try this again.
That hitting like a brick shit house, man, that was not cool.
Endure this.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys. The actual hill.
The spirits demand your blood.
It's not good. Thank you for missing. Alright. Lawn. 5 foot step. Just a tiny bit closer. 3. We'll take it.
The light. Take
7.
you.
Getting there.
I'll cut you wide open.
Take it. God, he's going after Sela now. I always hate it when they go out of the way to finish the guy that's off on the ground. Which, honestly, on the harder difficulties, I would not be adverse to them doing that. Because, let's face it, you would do it. If the bad guys you knew would get the fuck back up if you knocked them unconscious, you know damn good well you'd step on their head to make sure they're dead. That's the fucking old phrase from back in the day. I mean, come on, man.
Go for their hearts!
You can't be mad when the game does it to you.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
There it is. And we got that level up that I wanted. Now let's verify that he even got XP for that fight. I don't know that he did. If he did, he didn't get very much. He was 50, but I think 50 was enough to put her over. So let's do that level up now. So we have a shaman, a spirit hunter. She'll be level 3 now. And you can see that level 3 unlocks level 2 spell. She is a full caster, by the way. So the spirit hunter is going to get probably a better attack bonus. For her, I think we want the trickery still to go up because she is the one picking our locks right now. But I do think lore religion or lore nature be the go-to. We already have religion in the paladin, so let's make the spiritualist the naturalist. Blah blah blah. I have words. I have the best words. Feat time. 3 feet. So we got weapon finesse, and she's been rocking a rapier, and I see no reason not to give her a bonus to that swing. Now, before we finalize that, just to show you some of the other stuff that we could have grabbed for her that may have been of value to you. Can't get to the ones that are not shaded. Things that I think would have worked for her. Warrior Priest, bonus to initiative check, bonus to her concentration checks. That's not bad. She acts first. Maybe she gets that spell off that buffs us or debuffs the bad guy. Heals somebody if you get caught in a pinch. Toughness. This used to be a trap feat. This is the one that people would be like, well, it's toughness. You grab it at like early levels because it gives you 3 extra hit points. And again, it's for like a wizard or a sorcerer, warlock, whatever, that's got, you know, like 4 hit points or something lame. 3 extra hit points was 3 extra fucking hit points, man. But then after that, it didn't do shit. So at least the devs in Pathfinder decided that's kind of a trap. So let's give it 3, and then every level thereafter you get another 1. So it's basically the equivalent of giving you a +2 to con. It doesn't help you with your fortitude, but still, by the end of the build at level 20, you'll have 19 and 3 is 22 hit points extra for picking this feat. That's not bad. That is really not bad, especially on a frontliner like Sela, our paladin. This is not Sela, of course. Point is though this would be useful on any character, let alone someone that's going to absorb a shit ton of damage. For this current character as well, spell pen, of course, is always a value. Spell focus, skill focus. I would probably look towards things like your scribe scrolls and your brew potions. Remember, we're picking up a lot of that gear. Why not have a character that can start making like bless potions for your team? You remember, spells are precious, potions less so. So if you've crafted some potions for bless, pop that fucker off, go to battle. You got a +1 for the whole team for at least a minute. You'd see the appeal. Piranha Strike. This is another one for her that could have been a go-to, and I'm not doing it yet because, again, penalty to her swing is a penalty to her swing. Bonus to her damage is always nice, but until I got the weapon focus, I didn't want to grab Piranha Strike. I hope that makes sense. Piranha Strike is the equivalent of power attack. It's a -1 to your swing, +2 to your damage. It's a -1 to your swing plus to your damage for every +4 attack bonus that you have too. So again, a fighter at level 20 is going to get a +20 to their swing. That's 5 increases. Okay, so I want to say they're either get like a -5 plus 10 or a -6 plus 12, something like that. The same applies here. The downside on this one is this is only for light weapons, so weapon finessable. But again, that's what she does. She is a weapon finesser. She has that rapier. So that's why I wanted her to get weapon focus rapier. Now, of course, we could have done meta magic. She's level 2 spellcaster now, so we could extend, for example, and get some of those buffs to last twice as long. While that doesn't sound like that big of a deal, a 3-minute buff turning into a 6-minute buff is a big goddamn deal. That's like half the goddamn map. So you could see that this could be of value. Other stuff that would be of value to her: dodge for extra armor. I missed it. Where's the eyes? Improved initiative right here. Remember I talked about how that war priest gives a bonus to initiative and a bonus to concentration checks. This one's money. This one's way better in that it's a +4 to initiative, not just a lame +1. No, this is 4 fucking higher. She's already dexterous, so she's already got a pretty good initiative bonus anyway. But throw another 4 on top of that shit, she's more likely than not the person that's going to go first in the earlier levels of this game. This could have been a great value. Again, pre-buffing the team, healing the team if you got caught in a pinch, debuffing the bad guys, or just, attacking first. Better initiative is always a better choice. It's almost like perception. You can never have enough initiative. Right? Brew potions, as I said before, blind fight is of value in some instances, but not for her. So again, I'm happy with our weapon focus. Notice the new spells, and she has spells akin as a spirit hunter to what I would call a druid. So she has not spontaneous casting. She has pick casting, much like a druid. However, the spells that she's seeing here are clerical in nature, you would think, but if you look deeper, you start seeing things like sickening, entanglement, summon nature's ally too, and these usually smack up druid spells. So this is probably a druid spell list, is my guess, but especially when you see things like Barkskin. Now that's an amazing spell to lay poison, amazing spell. Resist energy is extremely valuable. Again, summoning pets, even if it's only for a few rounds, this is still a great value. Flooding the battlefield with a shit ton of enemies. And things that, who cares if they fucking die? These are smoke folk. I don't give a rat's ass about them. They're there as fodder for a reason. So again, we have a really good list now, which is my point. Now, because of that, never forget to change your spell book up. First off, let's go back to our level 1 spells. Just make sure there's nothing else that we need to grab here or change out. Yeah, I probably should use these heal spells up here before too long. I am tempted now that she's level 3 of swapping on one of these for a fucking bless. So let's actually do that real quick before I forget. You
I'll
madam,
watch your back.
heal me.
Matricium Turinos.
Thank you. Do it again.
Matricium Turinos.
Alright, now, back to your spellbook, man. Level 1. I want to get rid of that heal, and I want you to put in a bless spell. Now, level 2. Notice that she has a domain slot. Her domain allows her, whatever the hell it is, to get bull strength. And fuck yeah. Give that to her for 3-minute buff of +4 strength, +2 to her swing, +2 to her damage. Ooh yeah. That's going to be sweet. Other ones in here, Barkskin. Definitely want one of you. Resist energy could be a great value. Lesser restoration, because remember I still have that dex penalty, I think. Maybe I don't anymore, because I think I died and got back up on my feet. So I think that actually took that away. That's clearly a glitch, though. Because I didn't nap. I was unconscious. That's not the same thing as napping. Other stuff in here, like I said, that's of value. Again, that Summon Nature's Ally 2 could be of value. Communal protection from alignment. Remember, we are fighting evil sons bitches. It just doesn't last very long. But, you can never go wrong with Barkskin and Delay Poison. On Aid versus False Life. Now, let's take a quick gander at these guys. And we'll probably call the video quits after this. And then restart back up again, because, again, I want to save my files more frequently. Aid is a bonus to your swing, one person, bonus to their swing, bonus to their saves against fears, and a temp HP increase, okay, up to, from 11 minimum, best case scenario, 11 minimum to 18 maximum. It's a pretty decent increase. Notice, False Life down here, though, doesn't do anything other than give you extra HP. Now, Aid does that too, but how much better does this one give you? Well, again, the minimum on this one would be 11, the maximum would be 20. It lasts for hours. So you look at this and go, oh, well, it's going to be a long time. No, it's temp HP. So literally, the moment that you taken enough damage that it's fucking poof, it gone. It ain't coming back, even with healing. It's gone. It's over. You've done its job. Aid, on the other hand, only lasts minutes, but it also gives you a bonus to your swing and your saves against fear. But, you know, it's the swing bonus that we're talking about here. So between the two of these, while this one looks pretty because it lasts longer, no, you probably should grab Aid. If that's your thing, if you really want the extra HP, go with Aid anyway, because again, bonus to your swing, you'll appreciate that more. In my opinion. Let's put stuff where it belongs. Plus, gonna go over here now. Plus, strength's gonna go over here now. And you and you. So that's that one. And that one. Okay. To get anything else in here. Ghost touch. Let's put those this way. And don't forget, of course, our arcane ability. Keep forgetting this. Object bond. We could literally get a spell back. Let's go. Pause it. Pause broken again. God damn it. That's another glitch that's been going on lately. The pause hasn't been working for your spacebar. Look at her armor class. 24, right? 2 from Barkskin. Now notice how that's natural armor enhancement? Remember, natural armor enhancement does not stack with itself, which means if you already had natural armor enhancement, say from like a necklace, this would not stack. The best of the two is what's being used, which means pass the necklace over to someone else. Then at that point is what that tells me. But this spell will continually get better. It goes from +2, +3, +4, all the way up to +5 by the end of the build, and that's amazing because that's a nice bonus. So having her on the team is going to be of extreme value. Notice also that it lasts for a long time, 10 minutes per caster level. It's a level 3 caster to even cast a spell. So that's a 30-minute buff. So we still have a lot of juice under our belt as a result of that now. So I'd rather push my luck just the tiniest bit more. Let's actually get him to heal up a smudge. And I would actually feel okay pushing our luck just the tiniest bit more before we take a knee. Where are we officially? Creepy. Love the freaking wings though, that's fucking tits.
Here we go.
Do a good job with the lighting in this game now. Something else that these guys must have been working on from Kingmaker, because Kingmaker was a lot more happy-go-lucky, in my opinion. I feel like I missed the door.
And off we go.
Maybe it's not in this room, maybe it's not in this room. Ah, alright.
Can't make the demons wait.
Save.
I hope you
Notice
appreciate
again, she's getting more XP from doing those traps. Again, we had shut XP share off, where I could have used that XP myself. That would have been nice. And, not for nothing, but I have trickery skill. Notice, of course, my dexterity penalty went away. Now, either that's because of me constantly falling unconscious and getting the fuck back up, or it just wore off. It's been like 24 hours, for example, for it to cure itself, kind of thing. So that's possible. But I could have selected him. My point was I could have specifically selected him to disarm that trap. And that would have given him the XP, get him his stone's throw closer to being level upgraded. Hey, Cambian, we already know about you pricks.
Always be ready for the worst.
Another 4 to 12 damage on the first combat round. Buddy. Charge that. Swing and miss. Evoker. She's a stutter step this way. Get him. Oh, I get can't.
You are
Really, you
today's
can.
sacrifice. Ha!
Oh, Lon.
Make every strike count.
Yeah, Lon, just doing all the work.
The inheritor.
There's
Hide
one.
my blade.
That guy over here. Oh, he's got a bow. All right. Hey, Volker, you need to get your happy ass over
Damn
here.
you!
That prick. He'll probably switch weapons, but I don't care. Switching weapons means he's not attacking. Alright, I'll call that good. You, madam.
The spirits
Open
demand
his
your
face.
blood!
Nice. Come on. We're gonna. This is again. I know I keep stopping and explaining shit to you guys, but because I don't know how many played this game before, or Kingmaker for that matter. Notice that Lan is a what I consider a typical ranged attacker, much like Ekendayo from Kingmaker. One of the biggest problems you'll have with them is because the party likes to move and then attack because they're meleeers and that's what they do. With ranged attackers, he's better standing still and shooting, right? But he can't reach that motherfucker from here, so he literally needs to move and burn most of his attack potential in big movements. And he can move once. Shutting that off.
Endure
Target.
this.
But once he gets within range where he can go back to 5-foot stutter stepping it, he should probably.
Into the fray!
Switching weapons did you no good. Stab. Amelia. Come here.
I'll cut you wide open!
Stab. Ooh, big critty. Let's take a look at that swing hers, by the way. +9. Flanking and that weapon focus and that high dexterity hers. And a nice +2 attack bonus. She's doing well. I'm telling you, that spirit shaman shit, or spirit hunter, I should say, is pretty fucking cool. Alright, Lon. You know what you're doing. Murder! There it is. Okay, how's he doing? Ooh, look at that. He is just a stone's throw away. Alright, loot. Stud leather. Another matchwork scimitar. We'll take that. Matchwork scimitar and composite longbow. Oh, I forgot to give him the composite longbow. Damn it, I'm being so stupid. He has a longbow. That's a piece of shit. This composite longbow, on the other hand, allows him to increase his damage. Notice the 1d8. We'll go up to 1d8 +3 when we do this. What? He could have been doing so much more damage. I am so sorry about that, Lon. Now here's the puzzle. Matter of fact, I was going to do this because I think that'll give us enough XP where I should level up. And again, let's just scour the room once more. Yeah, I see it. That's treasure already. The goods of fairy mushrooms. Nice murder pit you got there, bro. Sexy. That's gross. That must be for slaughtering
I'll show the way.
people and feeding to the animals and shit. But this is the puzzle I was telling you about, where the red, blue, green, and yellow. Now, if I remember correctly, it was yellow, blue, red, yellow again. Blue, red. The door will open. There you go.
And off we go.
Hey. What you guys got for me? You found stuff and things? Stuff and things? Sela says. I can't hear any audio from the game, so I'm assuming that that's not working. So let's see. It says, Sela peers closely at the sword, which seems utterly unexceptional to you. Wait, this is... No, it can't be. Her eyes light up. I know that hilt. Radiance, the sword of the great Yaniel. That's what this is, but it's meant to be in the Tower of Estrad with all the other relics. That's what I heard, at least. Well, of course, this rusted piece of metal must be that very same sword. Camellia rolls her eyes. I think you merely wish that this were the illustrious sword of legend. She's kind of a pill. You don't get it. I've seen this sword 100 times in paintings and in the hands of Yaniel's statue. I've even thought of going to the Estrad Museum to see the real thing in person. How did it get here? What's so special about it? Sela frowns. Now? Nothing, I guess, but this sword was legendary in its day. People say that when Yaniel held it, the blade would glow, striking demons left and right. Soldiers would see Radiance's light from afar and take heart, rushing into the fray and winning. But I don't know what's wrong with it now, or how to restore its power. All I can sense is that they made a mockery of it. We've received Radiance. You're empathizing with an object. Extraordinary. Are all paladins so tender-hearted and sensitive? Sensitive in a way, yes. We're highly attuned to evil and everything wrought by demons. Radiance was in evil hands, and as a paladin, I can tell you they did nothing good to it. They shoved it up their butthole, didn't they? The creepy-ass demons. Who is Yaniel? No, you've never heard of Yaniel? She's famous all over Galarian. She was a great woman. She was born in Mendev, and when the crusade started, she couldn't just sit idly by. She dedicated her life to the crusade. People say she was audacious and spirited. She was always the first in the battle, and she never sacrificed other people's lives for a tactical advantage. I like her already. That's how she's been remembered, as an incredible warrior who seemed to blaze with righteous fury. In all the images of her, she looks capable of driving all the demons back to the abyss single-handedly. But then something happened between her and her commanders. Maybe they envied her, maybe there was more to it than that. I don't know. But anyway, she went into the world wound without her fellow soldiers, and she didn't just survive the mission, she even brought back crusaders, just she rescued in there. Can you imagine? She died as she lived, with pride. She was one of the people defending Dresden to the very end. That's where she perished, Sela frowns. Don't take this the wrong way, but I really hope that she died quickly, a hero's death. Because if she didn't, that means she was taken prisoner and had to endure unspeakable horrors. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. You know a lot about Yaniel. Are you a fan of hers or something? I suppose you could say that, Sela chuckles. I've always felt an affinity with Yaniel. I know what it's like to not be what your commanders want you to be. Whenever I used to feel under pressure, I always thought of Yaniel. Maybe some people didn't like how she was, but to people she pulled out of the whirlwind, she was perfect. And to the people she saved on the battlefield, she was incredible. And to those who keep her memory alive, she is a hero. That's what counts. How could a priceless relic end up down here? Yaniel disappeared, but by some miracle, Radiance was recovered from the battle. No one else has ever wielded it. It is Yaniel's blade and always will be. That's why it was put in the Tower of Estrada with the other Crusade relics. But now it turns out that somebody stole it. Sela laughs. I have this weird feeling like I'm rescuing a fellow warrior from a dungeon. We can't just abandon it, even if it's of no use to us. It's no use to anyone down here. But what if it could be repaired? Let's keep going. Well, alright. We got ourselves a magic weapon. And it is the weapon of Radiance. It's only a matchwork cold iron weapon right now. And that's a longsword. She has a longsword, by the way, and it is also a cold iron matchwork longsword. Notice how it's $200 for this one, whereas Radiance is a measly 100. Doesn't say anything about the damage being weird. It's got the same crit range. It's matchwork, so it's +1 swing. It's cold iron. I say we just trade her up and give her Radiance, even though it's worth less money. That's okay, because I can sell this one. And if it still does the same thing for less money, then this is the one we want to keep on our person. This is the one we want to sell to get that money back, right? So that's cool. Yeah, I'm cool with all that. I was kind of hoping we were going to get XP for that. Maybe only she got it, though. Alright. Let's go here.
I am helpful, am I not?
Scimitar. I'm going to leave the scimitar. I don't need it. Alright, now. I'm going to put us...
Here we go.
We're going to need to start on our next video. Traipse up this way. Now the question is going to be, do we rest now? Do we rest after we beat the big hog and monster? And it's a damn shame, because literally one more fight, and I probably would have been enough to be level 3. This is probably a crux of the shutting XP share off. And if you think about it, it's even worse than you think, because if I had left XP share on, everybody would be the same level. Now, while they may all still be level 2, when they ding level 3, it'd be all 3 across the board. I'm wanting to go into battle simply because we have this kick-ass bark skin, and we do have potions, scrolls besides, but we are really lean on all that stuff, and I really don't want to burn it all for this one massive fight. Where is that massive fight? And like I said, I think this is it. This is the end of the road for shit that we can do in this map.
Can't make the demons wait.
Damn shame, which means he'll be level 3 by the end of it. But that's about it. So, again, quick save here. We're going to continue, but I'm going to stop the video and restart the video. So with that, my name is Ruby, and sign up, do some stuff, click, and I'll see you guys soon. Yeah, bye.